Hey guys, you're live with your pontiff. It is Friday night in America and we're broadcasting live. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Patek 5296. Hey guys, what's going on, man? What is going on? It has been a tumultuous week. Absolutely crazy week. We've had scandal after scandal, and I gotta tell you something that's come up is the word of the community. And I gotta be totally frank and honest with you, there is no fucking community. Watch collectors are the greediest cunts that you will ever fucking see. They're greedy sons of bitches. That's what they are. Watch collectors are greedy sons of bitches. And I gotta be totally honest with you, man. You gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. This watch collecting hobby, this is what it is. Blue shirt Buddha always first with the introduction. Blue shirt Buddha, $2. It's Friday night live with the pontiff. Does it get better than that? That is the question you need to that's the question you gotta ask yourself. And I gotta tell you the truth, man. This whole scandal, watch collectors, we've got all these people here, and they're all saying the community's heard. The community doesn't give a fuck. Look at the guy who bought this watch. What did he want a Daytona for? To big note himself, to show off, to be the biggest tool in the shed. That's the reason. Dave G, $5. Arch, have a drink on me. Cheers, fuckers. Thank you indeed. I will say thank you. I gotta be completely frank with you. It's a this is a very, very tough time in the community. There is no community. They only care about big noting themselves there. Tommy D, $10. The greed, the lust, the hoarding, the sexual addiction, the booze. Let me just tell you something. I've been trying to patch up a relationship with my previous wife. I got 400,000 fucking reasons. I got 400,000 reasons to patch up. Okay, 400,000 reasons. 400 reasons to patch it up. And you know something? She said to me, hey, what would I feel about taking some of my money out of watches and investing it into an executive home? See, I'm lower middle class. We want to go executive. That'd be 4 bedrooms. Well, this is 3 bedroom with an outside study. It'll be 4 bedrooms, double car, garage. It'll be the next level up. I could start to vote liberal. I could vote liberal in the elections. Okay? And I kind of said, you know something, honey? Number 1, I don't trust you. Number 2, what about if I want to fuck off overseas and have a Vietnamese lady performing services on me? And what about if something goes wrong? I want to be able to leave. If I've tied up my money in a house, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do. There is nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. That's it. That's the honest truth. There's nothing I can do. I want to be independent. I don't want to be tied all my money up into a house. I said, what happens then? So I put my 100,000 US dollars, 150 Aussie, into a house, bigger house. Then all that happens is, you know, someone has a fight with me, they put a caveat on the house. I want to be able to leave. I have a fight with the ex-wife, she puts a DVO on me, I can't even walk in. Fuck that. Fuck that for a joke, sweetheart. I've told her the truth. I like to have honesty in a relationship. I like to have honesty. I've told her the truth, man. I said, I don't fucking trust you. And And I gotta be honest with you, man. Total honesty is a bitch. Total honesty. But I mean, truthfully, I want to be liquid. I want to be able to put my stuff into a Louis Vuitton suitcase and fuck off. I want to be able to leave. Leave. That's what I want to do, man. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you the truth. Blue shirt Buddha sucker horn! Sucker horn. Hello, sucker horn. I love the sucker horn. We got Richard Seuss. Richard Seuss, $10. Please rate my Jaeger-LeCoultre Ultra Thin Reserve de Marche against my brother's Glass Hoot Original 60s Orange Dial. Look, I gotta be honest with you. I've been very hard on Glass Hoot, but they're not a bad brand. They really are not a bad brand. I'm gonna have a drink. Let's have a drink. We got anything left here? Oh, I don't know if I want to drink. That's the good stuff. That's the very good stuff. I'll get something else out. I got to be totally honest with you. I really do think they are both beautiful watches. They've got Richard. I don't think you got enough discount. Okay, I don't think you got enough discount, and your brother probably didn't get enough discount either. You guys are too soft, okay? The big problem, you guys are the most intelligent people I've ever met, but you don't have enough cunt in you, okay? That's the only thing that I'm a little bit dissuaded with. You guys need to haggle harder, okay? You guys, highly intelligent. What do I think then? The Jaeger-LeCoultre versus the Glass Hoot? Well, obviously, the Jaeger-LeCoultre, in my book, is a finer piece. The Ultra Thin Reserve de Marche is absolutely amazing. It's a stunning watch. It's an end game watch. It's just beautiful. The Glass Hoot Original 60s Orange Dial, I gotta be honest with you, I hate Glass Hoot because the German thing just pisses me off. You know, I don't like German wristwatches, okay? You know, it's like this. Many years ago, my grandfather, he was a POW. He stole this axe from a German truck. Okay, he stole it. Hello, Rancher.
Hello, Starchy. How are you doing?
Hey, I am fantastic. So I'm just telling the story. Many years ago, my grandfather stole this axe from a German utility truck he was in the back of. He was a prisoner, slave labor. He stole this axe and he said to my grandmother, "Whenever I have this axe, I can build a home." That's what he said. And you know something?
What?
The German low-grade steel actually broke, okay? So it broke here. It broke at the sides. The German low-grade steel, you can actually see where it's tried to be fixed. The low-grade steel broke. And, yeah, so, hello, Sovereign.
Archie, good morning.
You mean Sovereign?
Hey, Sovereign, yes, Sovereign.
Oh,
Hey, I went to Oxley State High, okay? You gotta forgive my pronunciation.
Kneel beneath the crown.
Yes, kneel beneath the crown. I was talking to Sovereign here. Tell me, Sovereign, I've made a few videos about this Rolex scandal. You've heard about this scandal with the Facebook.
Have. Yes, I have.
What's your take on it? What's your take? See, everyone's saying it's terrible for the community. I don't think there is a community. These are a bunch of show-offs who want to say how great they are by buying useless, just absolutely no substance. They just want to buy things to show. What's your take?
All right. Well, first of all, we've got to start with him. So forget his history. What he's done is a cardinal sin. See what he did there? Cardinal sin. Oh, anyway. So
yes.
You can't. I've dealt with con men before in business, and you just.
Actually, technically, aren't you dealing with one now?
Morning, Rancher.
Sorry, go ahead.
Good morning, Rancher. How are you?
Good. Sovereign.
That's a shot. All right, so here we go. So basically, he cannot be given a second opportunity with that. What he has done is just simply trying to play out of free. Just
Sorry, you're breaking up there, Sovereign. We seem to be having some interference. Maybe it's from the Facebook forum. The interference is coming. Sorry,
right.
Hello there. Say that again. What he's done is absolutely terrible.
It is. Look, I own a Daytona myself, and I know how much work I had to go to put into that to be able to achieve.
Do you think the person who bought it needs to own up and realize they were a bit of an idiot to send 28,000 to some idiot they met on a Facebook forum?
Yes, absolutely, he is. But the point of the fact of them.
You went to a dealer. You went to a dealer, right?
Yes, I went to a dealer. Absolutely correct. Yes.
You paid a bit more. You didn't just try and nickel and dime every cent. You said, "Look, get me a Daytona."
No, I didn't pay a lot because I bought it many years ago before the whole Rolex thing went nuts. So I paid no more than that than what you would have paid for a subby at the time.
But however, at the time it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money for you.
Yeah.
This is.
Yes, it was absolutely yes.
So what this guy's.
There's no second chance. He's got to be hung out to dry. I've dealt with con men. He follows exactly the same DNA and exactly the same trait, and he's gone. He's out of there. It's all over. Red Rover. Nothing.
But
nothing.
Do you not see that this hobby has made him this way? I'm looking at the psycho analyze him. This hobby, constantly needing better watches, constantly needing to have the next it watch.
As we all do, but it doesn't test to turn you.
I see.
You just work harder. That's what you got to do.
Yes. Just hang on one tick there.
I'm going to ask you. He won't buy the German watch, the German car. I don't understand.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Right. Explain to me why you buy the German car.
Hello there. Sorry, we can't hear you. Sorry, Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Yes, sorry. Sovereign.
Yes,
Sovereign's here.
What was your question?
The question is, why can you buy the German car, but you can't buy the German watch?
Because that's a disposable. It's not an heirloom item.
But they're still both made by friends.
A car is a disposable item.
But Adolf Hitler used to drive around in a supercharged SS Mercedes-Benz.
Look, I'm a hypocrite, okay? Do you understand that? Okay?
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
Okay, I'm allowed. No, look, the truth is that, right, with the watches itself there, I'm just angry at the Germans. The Germans did a lot of nasty things, and I don't think they should be forgiven so easily.
What about the Swiss German, the German Swiss?
Well,
IWC.
Well, that's even worse. I got to be honest with you. I tell you honestly, the only thing worse than the Germans is the British. What they did to the car industry is a disgrace. Lucas, the Prince of Darkness, it's a disaster,
That was just the British workers. They went on strike that much that they
just very quickly, I got a few super chats to catch up on. These
are
right. The bread.
Anyway, I got to get back to work. Anyway, Archie.
Okay, thank you.
Rancher, it's good to catch up with you, man. Good to see you back on the channel. Okay, see you, lads.
Secondhand appealed to my better instincts.
Okie dokie. George Gregera, $5. Is it worth it to deal with grey market retailer warranties? Worst case, if a service is $750, will solve the issues. Should I just send it to the manufacturer? Look, it depends what's wrong. You haven't really said what's wrong there, but I mean, look. What watch is it? What's exactly wrong? You got to remember, even Rolex, their warranty covers manufacturing flaws. It doesn't mean you could drop the watch and still cover it. It's manufacturing flaws. So unless it's pretty damn obvious that it's a manufacturing flaw, you might be taking a bit of a bath there. But I would.
The second part is, what does the retailer warranty deal with? Maybe the retailers will deal with, well, not inflicted damage, but the thing is, if the dealer will take care of it under their warranty, why not let them?
Why not? It's a very, very good point there. John Reardon, $5. Thank you, John, there. And, okay. Look, it's very good to have you back. I do want to apologize to you, Rancher. I am very sorry. I am sorry that I may have said a few very harsh words to you. And, I think, to be honest with you...
Oh, don't worry. I was actually watching and laughing my ass off.
Yeah, I just thought you'd taken something personal, but look, I think you're just busy. You've got something I forget about is a job. You got a job, and you're obviously doing very well, which is good. It's good to hear. I certainly wish you well. You're not a communist. You're a free enterprise capitalist, and I hope your material dreams come true.
Well, thanks. I was thinking about that. You're under a lot of stress. The only thing is the best way to deal with your stress right now?
What's that?
Maybe you should take a nice cruise to Asia.
Yeah. I tell you what, there's some really good tickets, some really cheap tickets. Hong Kong is cheap. I'm actually seriously considering a few. I got to renew my passport. I got to be honest with you. I have not. My passport expired 8th of December. I got to renew that. Ron the Shrink, $2. This cunt, Sovron's mic sucks. Yes, I must admit his microphone wasn't great. Clive, I got to get a drink. Clive, talk to me. What's happened with your collection? Please tell me. That's a beautiful avatar there. That's the one of the early watches in your collection, a gold with the Explorer dial, beautiful piece. That was from Uber Oki. You bought that years ago.
1958, 18 karat gold, which means it was meant for the Swiss market. Semi-bubble back. Also, very finely inch-and-turn bezel, and that gold Explorer dial is what seals the deal for me, with the arrowhead indices.
Did you actually have a this watch itself there, you bought it from Uber?
Yeah.
Any updates on Uber?
No, I haven't heard diddly.
You said he may have had some dementia coming in.
That's what I've been hearing. That's what's been speculated, but I don't know. It's like him and his watchsmith got divorced, and I guess his watchsmith got me in the divorce.
Can't you just pick up the phone and ring him? Hey, Uber, how you going?
I have a cell phone number, but that number is disconnected.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
I gotta tell you, by the way there, Michael M, $5. What are your thoughts on prenuptial agreements? At what point should a man consider a prenuptial agreement? Only if he is worth a certain amount. Michael M, I gotta tell you honestly, prenups, very, very tricky business. Getting those bastards to stick is really hard. In my country, they often will go against the prenup. My honest advice is, pay by the hour. Pay by the hour is much cheaper in the long run. Why would any man seriously want to consider marriage unless he wants to have children? That's the only reason to get married. And I got to be honest with you, women don't want honesty in marriage. I'm trying to patch things up with my last wife. She said, how about we took some of your money out of watches? I got 100 US in Patex. I said, how about we sell them and we got a bigger executive home? I said, hang on a minute, I don't quite trust you. And I want to be able to fuck off in a week's notice. I want to be able to jump on a jet plane to Honkers, put them into a safety deposit box, and go and live in Vietnam, in Da Nang, sipping pina coladas, getting oral services whilst I think about my problems. That didn't go over well, Clive. Didn't go over. They get angry. They get angry. They get angry. You tell them the truth, they get angry. Woody, New Yorker, thoughts on Fudinki pushing BS watch? Hey, everyone's got to earn a living, Woody. Everyone's got to earn a living. Don't we know that? Clivers, you've heard the disaster about the Australian Watch Forum. What's your view on this, Clive?
If a deal is too good to be true, it probably is.
And it seems to be a complete Ponzi scheme. The guy, I gotta say, sovereign.
Whoa, Archie. Here in the U.S., we pronounce that Fonzie scheme.
Fonzie scheme.
Scheme, yes.
I gotta tell you, seriously, I think it's true. The guy, look, you've got to be honorable. You got to try and be honorable in business, okay? And remember, a liar needs a good memory to remember the lies he's told. And with my memory, I'd just rather tell the truth, okay? That's honestly how it is. That's what I said to my ex-wife the other day. I said, I just want to tell you the truth. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. I don't like you. I said that to her. I'm in love with your $400,000.
Gotcha. Well, and again, Hodinky, it's just like anything else. Yeah, they're following the money. They've got all the influence, and if you've got all the influence, why not? What they're doing for is try to put money in their pockets.
Here we go. Ron the Shrink, $2. Topic for discussion: best secondhand watch at $3,000. We're talking $3,000 US. I tell you what, I would go. I reckon the best watches for $3,000. I reckon you could go Tudor, Black Bay. I reckon you could go Breitling Super Ocean Heritage. I reckon that's a great watch. And even an Omega, well, maybe a little bit more. Omega Speedmaster, Man on the Moon. What would you say, Clive?
Mark just got a correct reference, Black Dial Omega Speedmaster for like $29.
Okay, current. Okay, Speedy. A Speedy?
No, Seamaster. I'm sorry.
I hate the Seamaster.
It's not. Well, on the other hand, it's not a bad watch. It's a good watch.
No, it's not a bad watch, but
it's
not a great watch. What would you get for $3,000? You had $3,000 to spend. You want to get best secondhand watch at $3,000. Speedy. Yeah, I think
I hate to say it, the Longines Brown Eye might be a good choice for the money.
I'm just going to go and get a drink. Someone's paid for me to have a drink. I'm just trying to think. What should I get? Fuck it.
How about something cheap, nasty, and vicious?
Yeah, let me get something out of the cupboard here.
Well, at least he's wearing shorts, guys.
Shit. I don't think I got anything. I think I might just... I'm running out of stuff, actually. I think I might just have one of these Belvini. That's a very expensive scotch, but I don't have much left. Clive, okay. I got to tell you this seriously. This guy in the Facebook forum, what's your advice? Would you be sending $20,000 US across the other side of the country to someone you met on a Facebook forum?
No, not with any. Well, and the thing is, though, it'd be easy to do that because he's got a popular channel. He's got lots of subscribers. When people feel like they see him talking, he talks to everyone on his channel. Mm-hmm. And I think there's like a false sense of
honor.
No, friendship, I think. Because
I'm very clear here. I'm here purely for the dollars, Clive.
No, actually, you mean you're very queer here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, seriously, I think you've got to be careful. If you're buying such an expensive watch, why not buy the air ticket and go and personally pick it up? If you were spending so much money, don't be a tight ass. In my case here, I often, even if I'm selling a watch, it worries the fuck out of me. Could it be stolen? Could it be, I've already had the Chicago mob stole.
You're missing so many super chats.
Fuck. Okay, okay, here we go. Watch and pray. $2. Clive, what scared you out of a red 1680? Good question.
Vintage minefield. Vintage minefield,
vintage.
and I know you know what your limits are.
Very true point there. Tommy D, $10. Love is the extra effort we go through in dealing with the people we dislike. That's very philosophical. I don't understand that, but it sounds good. Okay. And NY Punter, $2. How much for Skype session with you and Ron the Blimp? Skype session. Hey, I don't know, whatever. $50. $50. And here we go. We got Woody New Yorker. Welcome back, Rancher. Welcome back from your hiatus. Fist. They want you, Clive. They love you. You know this?
Well, like I said, sometimes, man, I'm gone. Yeah, sometimes I just come in tired. I don't want to make content. I want to consume. Oh wait, it's Sovereign. Sorry,
Sovereign. Hello, talk to us.
I'm back on with a better internet connection.
Beautiful. I tell you again, you were saying the guy is a con man. What con men have you dealt with?
This bloke had Daytona fever. Let's face it. He was that freaked out. He had to get anything at any price, and he was a pussy to get sucked into that. And the other bloke, really, they just trade in from it.
Yes, I understand. So,
I do believe he eventually got his money back in the end. So I got to give him. He's got to get a couple of brownie points for that. He actually has some moral in the end.
But there was no crime committed, was there? If you go to the police, they're going to say you're out of pocket. No, I actually got my money back.
Actually, if you steal the money, if you rob someone, if you break back in the house and put the money back in the sock drawer, that doesn't mean you haven't committed a robbery.
But okay. Ooh,
it just means you're stupid.
Hey Doc, good morning. How are you?
Oh, actually, no. Sorry.
Good. How are you doing?
My bad. That's actually a burglary. Sorry.
I got to tell you, the thing is this. Let me just say this. This community, do you think this community brings out the best in people? Please, tell me. Sovereign.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Well, actually, this watch community brought out you when you think about it. So, no.
There you go. I mean, seriously.
I did get onto Fist one time, and I was on it for about a week, and I was pissed off on that because I wasn't using the real photograph. It was a picture of me as a child rather than a picture of me as an adult. So they deemed that wasn't my photograph, and they pissed me off. So yeah.
On Fist?
On Fist, yes, absolutely.
Huh.
I see. Got you.
The same thing is true for Clive. He's using a picture of his watch when he was a child rather than a picture of his current watch.
Okay, Ron the Shrink, $5. I hired Kate KK, and all she recommended was a burning cross on my front lawn. Very, very funny. Very funny. That sponsorship of KK, she is
just
doing
missing one
very
K
well.
though.
Yes.
No, KK.
And Woody New Yorker, $2. AC, please broadcast the pic I sent you of Caroline. Oh yes, where did you get that pic, Woody? I'm in love with Carolyn Chu.
Archie.
Yes.
You're gonna have to post the pic of the cologne I sent you this morning.
Yes. Let me do that. I gotta tell you seriously. What's your answer? What should happen to Chris? Seriously, Chris S3. What should happen?
What should happen?
Yes.
It's finished.
Well,
it's over. There's no second chance.
No,
he should make a public apology, and then he should just bow out and wear a Seiko for the rest of his life. He's gone. He's finished.
I firmly believe that the punishment should fit the crime, and what he did was especially heinous. So he should have to appear on this live stream for the next 2 years.
Ha 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 ha. Thank you. you. Thank you.
Three days a week.
Yeah, it's dealing with the public is a punishment. That's why they sentence felons to community service.
So Archie, in Brisbane now, the lawn's growing pretty quick. Do you wear those Calatravas while you're mowing the lawn?
Ha ha ha! I just put them on for the live show. They're absolutely useless. You do know that, don't you? It's like having a classic car. You're too scared to use it.
Well, you were.
Did you see that book on the Mark II I sent you? You should buy. Would you get that?
I would, but the only trouble with those books is they are country specific, and every importer into every different country used to order different packages to suit their market and also to suit what they wanted to sell at.
It's an amazing book, but it's an amazing book.
Australia during that period always imported everything to the poverty line. Everything was stripped out of everything. Japanese cars, European cars, everything was stripped out to sell it at the lowest possible price. So what was actually left the factory in Europe wasn't always what Australia ordered.
Oh, I see. Got
I'm
you.
thoroughly confused by Mark II. I thought you meant Speedmaster.
Oh, no, Jaguar Mark II.
Oh,
Right.
what was I thinking? This is a watch channel. Jeez.
That's exactly it. So seriously.
Wait. This is the watch. Wait. By the way, super chat.
Super chat. Oh, Speedy Mac 2.
Ooh, see,
Nice.
there we go.
Andrew So's $5. Any thoughts on the new 60s orange glass hood? I really dislike I don't like the Germans. The Germans have never been that friendly. You know yourself, Paul, you're a Wellesco collector. You know the models they use in the Wellesco catalogue. I reckon they would have served in the SS. What do you think? You know that grandfather? You asked grandfather about what he did in the 40s.
Yeah, but I mean, they made nice models like swinging chairs and all that type of thing. They didn't make steam-powered gas chambers, that type of thing.
But you must admit, the Wellesco were far better than the Mammoth. The Mammoth was underpowered, under-engineered. They couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding.
Archie, you got to forgive and forget. You can't blame today's generation by what happened all those years ago.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Now, Archie, when the Germans captured your grandfather, did they make him pull an ox cart?
No, they actually he served.
They made him pull his underpants down.
He was serving. He was serving. He was digging front line trenches. Then he went to a salt mine. Then he went to a slave labor farm. And let me tell you, there's some nasty German horror stories when they gave meat to these prisoners. He reckons it had fingernail in the sausages.
Don't they always have that?
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you the story, man. I'm telling you the story. What went on there was terrible. It was a disaster.
I'm looking at a
awful.
super crap, by the way. So if I'm looking at it, it must be really old.
Okay, sorry. Let me just get this thing up here. Let's keep going. Car fun. How now you have KK? Will you get curtains? Hashtag irony. No. I'm not getting curtains because I want to spend my money. I'm going to pay money back. I still owe a bit of money, okay? Andrew, $10.
The bottle of cologne. The bottle of cologne. That's what you need.
Plus no curtains.
Bring it up.
That's your stick anyway. No curtains.
Bring it up, Archie.
Okay, just very quickly. I can only do so many things at once. You know this. I'll show you something here. We're talking about the most
That's what
beautiful.
she said.
This is the most beautiful
Can't
woman
touch them all.
in the world. This is the most beautiful woman in the world. Have a look at this. I want you to tell me, is she the most beautiful woman in the world? Yes or no? This is Carolyn Choi, real estate agent to the super. Are they real? Do you think they're real? Yes or no?
My
Yes,
understanding
yes,
is you
Asians
can get dolls that look like that.
That's almost up to garbage fire standards. I'm impressed.
Right about now, crappy luxury is just about to rub one out.
Yes. Yes.
I have to say, it's a little too fake for me.
But she's been on Producer Mike. She stars in Producer Mike's channel. You know Producer Mike?
Well, she's got everything. You probably no one else is looking at her face, but she's got cheek implants. She's got collagen in the lips. I mean, it's just a little too much, don't you think?
Here we go, Kate.
She's got cheek implants.
$3090, Burning Crosses is so 2019.
I'm sorry. That's funny to me. That's funny to me. I shouldn't be laughing at that. I shouldn't be laughing. Okay.
I got to tell you now, I'm going to send the other, just keep going there, guys. I tell you honestly, you reckon he should be crucified? What should happen to him? What punishment should he take from the community? Maybe the community can give him an order.
Is this the fake Daytona guy you're talking about?
Yes. What punishment should he have? Tell me.
Well, send him to the Wuhan factory where they make noobs.
The thing I'm confused about is, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but didn't he give everybody their money back when they
make him give you pedicures for a year?
I'm very confused I didn't read everything, but from what little I read, it looked like people weren't complaining they weren't getting their money back. They were just complaining that it happened in the first place.
Look, I dealt with a coffee machine salesman, high-end coffee machine, had to buy it for business, and it was about $13,000. They basically, It's just a Ponzi scheme, right? He takes your money, promises to deliver in 3 days, and then all of a sudden, oh no, I'm away, I'm interstate, or I'm overseas, I can't do that at the moment. Oh no, it's a public holiday.
So what happened? What happened then?
They are waiting. They got no money. They've spent it all on high living. They're waiting for the next purchase to come along and fund your machine. So they just act as an agent and then buy it from that person. And then they say, oh, delay, now it's set up, delay. Days turn into weeks turn into months.
Aha.
So what happened?
Yes.
Only time you'll get any action out of them is whether you go to a government agency like the ACCC or whatever, Fair Trade and all that type of thing.
So what happened? Did you get your money back?
The machine eventually arrived, used, and it was secondhand, and then was beat up in transport, and then all of a sudden it was half it was replaced with a generic fridge and the Swiss fridge and all that type of thing. And the bloke was just a creep. I only dealt with him simply because I dealt with him before, but with the company before, but the company sold out. So I had a 5-year business trading relationship, which was no issue, and then the company sold, and then I just burned it.
So Sovereign, it sounds like you're suggesting that this guy. Oh, sorry, I thought you.
Losing thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So all kudos to him that he did eventually get his money back. But how many other people he's pulled the same scam on, and how many people are proudly wearing their Rolex, which is made in bloody.
Did you tell him you wanted your money back? Did you ask that coffee machine salesman, I want my fucking money back? This is bullshit.
Absolutely, but just got passive aggressive and
Did you take him to small claims?
By the time I did the exercise in the study, and saw a solicitor on it, it was just it was better to play his game and wait it out and get something out of it rather than.
He had no money at all, but you're saying to me.
No, I had nothing at all. No. Yeah, and just littered with it and conniving and covering up all the time. His Facebook page and that's all renamed to suit someone else's business on the other side of the world that's got good reviews and just.
We've got Boris. What do you think of Oris's, Sovereign?
Well, I think I like the Oris better than I do Boris.
Oh, you mean nasty cunt, you. Oh, my God. Hey, what's up, you fucking cunts? Boris Oris!
Hey, well, where's Natasha? Where are they?
Is it okay if I do my Triumph comic dog impression, too? Can I do that?
I don't care what you do. You could sit there, you could jerk off, you could put a finger up your asshole. I don't care what you do.
You realize the whole world's got a copy of your fingerprint now over the camera, right?
No. Wait. This is not a fingerprint. This is actually Crappy Luxury's last colonoscopy. You're actually viewing his asshole right now.
For me to poop on?
Yes, or to poop in, yes. See, look at the polyps. Can you see? Look close. Look closer. Look at that. He's fucked. There's not very much time left. That's it.
M3AU is saying, according to the Scottish Watches interview, there are still people owed money. So it makes sense.
So the Ponzi scheme is correct.
Exactly. There's still people out there with fake Rolexes on their wrist that won't know it until they go to get a service. Right?
Archie, are you
Are they that good? Wow.
Probably not. Probably not. No, from the pictures you saw, they weren't that good. Okay, they.
Well, the
Archie.
thing is that most people buying
Yes.
these watches are men in their 50s. Our eyesight's not as good as it is.
And most people
right,
don't know much about watches. They just want to get one because
Exactly.
it's the thing.
And
to
if you
have.
can compare it to an original under a loop, yeah, there's a million different counterfeit. But just on the wrist at a glance, and looking at a pair of glasses, you're never gonna know.
That's a very good point.
no?
Yeah. And
no, are you going to go after the? Are you going to go?
these people that believe it, they believe it truly is, but it's truly not one.
Now, Sovereign, what I want to know is when you're going to go after the con man that sold you your cell phone.
Yes, your line is terrible. This internet is terrible. You using dial-up? Are
You sound like me. You're saying your connection is like mine.
Yeah, and for once, Dr. BBW is coming in clear. What the hell?
Yeah, normally BBW has a can and fucking string, 2 tin cans and string.
Well, what'll I change internet connections, lads? Hang on, is that any better?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's raining on the string over here.
For me to poop on.
I gotta tell you guys, seriously,
Archie,
I think
you missed a $10 super chat by Andrew.
I know about that one, but there's legal reasons we don't discuss that one, so let's just leave it at that. And I'm refunding him, and I've told him that. So just some issues I don't want to discuss. Okay, there's reasons I don't want to discuss.
He's honourable. He refunded.
Did he drop the N-word again? Yeah.
I
I
think
gotta
he did.
tell you this. I gotta tell you this. Seriously, the truth of the matter is, I think Chris itself, the community should embrace him, and they should try and help out and fund that Australian Watch Forum. They should have a lotto. They should run a raffle to try and pay back all the people that Chris has swindled. Chris should sell all his watches and maybe his house. That's what should happen. Okay.
You're assuming he has a house. Whose plane is that? You're assuming he has a house.
He does. He's got children and he's got a wife and a house. He's just a guy who got in over his head because of gambling. Gambling. Andrew G, $2. Thoughts on the 126711 CHNR?
Boy, that's
Clive.
tiring.
Yes, not familiar with that reference offhand. Obviously, a modern Rolex. Which one is it?
Modern boring Rolex. Rolex is boring. You know this?
Oh,
I gotta be.
Clive,
I'm
what
gonna
about
have
the-
to
what about
split,
the
but I'll
Boris-
see
what
you
about
guys
the Boris
tomorrow.
25 or 624?
126711.
I gotta be honest with you. This reference here is nothing out of the ordinary. 1267. 126711. 126711.
Oh,
Oh, it's a two-tone ceramic, and it's the root beer. Root beer. It's cool. Thoughts? It's a great watch. It's a great watch. I love it. Anything rose gold and steel looks beautiful. My favorite rose gold and steel is the Patek. The Patek Nautilus with the blue dial chronograph. It's
So
gorgeous.
root beer is very misunderstood in Australia because root beer is sarsaparilla, right?
Yes.
What Americans call root beer, we call sarsaparilla.
well, we
I gotta
actually
tell
have
you-
sarsaparilla too. It's just sarsaparilla is just an old-timey form of root beer.
Tell me this, you know, after you were ripped off with this dodgy coffee machine, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to do any business with him again, but have you?
Business with him. I sent him a pair of used female pants in the mail to his wife saying Merry Christmas.
What happened to that?
Well, if he's going to turn my life into a mystery, I'm going to into a misery. I turn his life into a mystery.
Beautiful. What a fucking asshole. You're an honest trader, but you know this? You've been in business for years. You're an honest, good guy.
But everyone gets burnt sometimes in their life. They let the guard down for a second for whatever particular reason it is. And
Well, I
the only
say
reason I got burnt is that I built up a relationship of trust with the previous business owner. He'd sold out, and that was it.
Yes, that's exact. I understand exactly. There was a car dealer in Sydney who did the same things. Be Clayton Bespoke. I don't know if you remember that. Do you remember Clayton Bespoke?
Yes.
You do? Do you know the story that happened to Clayton Bespoke?
No, never bought off him.
Well, sorry, you just Google what happened. You know what happened, don't you? He was the general manager of Bentley or Rolls-Royce, I think, right?
Yes.
Well, guess what happened? People gave them his car to sell on consignment. He fucking sold them and never paid them. It's a huge disaster. You didn't know about that?
Well, it's just 100% commission, right?
Yeah.
Well, and the thing
He's
is,
not a true Australian. That's why he doesn't know.
Consumer law, even though the cars themselves, they said, well, I never gave title. He was just had them on consignment. Consumer law protected the customer who bought it. Did you know that, Paul?
No,
It was
I just thought he had
absolutely
10% commission and he put another zero on it.
Woody New Yorker, $2. Drinking JD and Dr. Peppers to honor Kirk Douglas.
Dr. Peppers, you see, that never took off in Australia either because that cherry flavour was always used in medicine in the 60s. So every
Yes.
Australian related to that is cough medicine.
Do you remember Dracula Cola, Sovereign? In the 80s? Dracula Cola.
I remember Jolt Cola, twice the caffeine.
Jolt. Remember Virgin Cola?
No, I do not.
He still is.
Sid, I gotta be honest with you. You know, you can never cheat an honest man.
So how many times have you been cheated?
Come on, everyone's got to be honest here today. Who hasn't been cheated by a business deal, by a woman, by?
I've been. How many times have you been married, Sovereign?
Once.
Okay, you sound very cynical. Is something wrong?
Learned his lesson the first time.
He learned his lesson. Yeah.
Woo
Yeah.
woo. Yeah. Same here.
And envy's a curse. Pregnancy's worse.
Oh, what's a curse?
Envy's
What's
a
that?
curse.
Envy is a curse.
Envy is a curse. A lot of
You've
people
done-
get envy and jealousy mixed up.
I see.
I see.
This is too
understand.
philosophical. I went to Oxley State High. You know, philosophical. Where did you go? Where did you go to school, Sovereign?
Where did I go to school?
Yeah.
Brisbane.
Okay.
Did you go to Oxley State High? Well, wait, obviously not.
No, I was the next high school down the road.
Oh, that's a great school.
That was all right in the 70s.
Was it a new fun park?
No, it's not.
No, Oxley. I gotta tell you, seriously, I think honestly, the guys at AWF have wiped their hands completely of him. They should set up a raffle to repay all the people who lost out. That's what they should do. And they could raffle that special Zenith pilot watch that they had specially made for them. That's what they should do.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be responsible for anyone else's foolishness.
Yeah, but
if he was a company director and he had responsibilities and all that type of thing, he was just a person on a Facebook forum, right? So there was no just a moderator or whatever he was, and so there's no legal rights or association between him and the Facebook page.
Tell me this: what's your view on watch people? Are they nice people to do? What do you think? Seriously, what do you think, Rancher? What do you think?
It takes all sorts. You've got some really good, honest, nice, decent, honorable people, and then you've got the people that follow Archie Luxury.
You're an honest person, but Clive?
Honest-ish, yeah.
Yeah, but Clive has to make an honest living out of dealing with dishonest people.
Exactly.
Right. And then to relax, I come on and deal with Archie.
That's exactly it there.
Poor
Exactly it.
bastard.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta
Yeah, but the people in real life
All
don't
right, so
have.
Oris, why are you so much into Oris all of a sudden? Why just Oris? What floats your boat with Oris? Is Boris still there?
Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was sleeping. You guys are fucking boring Boris to death. Jesus Christ. You're talking about
come on,
school. You're
speak
talking about the
Why
fucking
Oris?
skinny
Why
art.
Oris? Why Oris? Why Oris?
Come
Tell
on.
me this.
So bloody shit bigger than what you stand. Come on.
First of all, Oris is the greatest watch ever because Crappy Luxury just loves it, and I love to fucking make Crappy miserable. So that's why I love Oris.
So why have you got an agenda on Crappy?
Crappy Luxury? Oh, he's okay. He's a nice guy right now. Hey, do you want to talk to him? He's here right now with me. You want to speak to Crappy? Crappy,
No.
Put Crappy
here.
on.
You want to speak to the fans here? Speak to the fans. Oh, sorry, he's blowing my dick right now. He can't talk.
It's stupid. It's stupid and it's juvenile. I'm still laughing.
I gotta tell you seriously, what got you into Sovereign? What got you into watches? Can I ask you that? Why watches? Why?
I was fascinated by the micro-mechanical system that you could wear on your wrist. Started as a child.
You were from Brisbane. We're not exactly the cultural capital of the world, okay? Brisbane! You know, we were the Tudor capital of the world. Did you know that?
Tudor capital of the world?
Yes. We sold more Tudors than anywhere else in the world because our people couldn't afford Rolex. They knew their place. Brisbane people could not afford Rolex in the 60s. They bought Tudor.
Well, in the 60s, it would always had Rolex written on the case, and it was just an ETA movement. Now Tudor's taken on a life of its own.
So,
Because when I was growing up,
what was your first remembrance? What was your earliest remembrance of a watch?
my first remembrance of a watch was I wanted a watch. I would have been about grade 3, and I pestered the old man, and he had a mate who was a motel operator in Sydney, and he used to go to Singapore all the time, and he brought me back this heinous gold-plated tacky Seiko that I just loved. Back in those days,
Jesus,
I was
remember
a kid, so
age 3? I can't remember it 3 minutes ago. You remember from age 3?
Yeah, well, some of us have got more.
Grade
than others.
3. Grade 3.
I wore this
Here we
wristwatch on
go.
my life.
Charles
Simply
Bronson,
so
$2. Get
up.
rid of Boris. We'll see how
I
it
agree.
goes.
No, I
see
agree.
how-
I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is like,
See you,
Okay.
all right,
Boris.
toodles. Bye-bye. Toodles.
Hey, so you
Yeah,
remember?
here's something you like.
So you remember your first watch? That was your first watch, a Seiko. Then when was your first luxury watch? What do you remember? Do you remember? I remember. I used to go into the pen shop. You know the pen shop in the Maya Center.
Yes, yes.
And the guy who ran that, he had a solid gold day date, and he also had a solid gold. I couldn't work out what the fuck it was, but it was an AP, an Audemars Piguet as well.
That's that Mark II on my wrist. That was my first, I suppose, luxury watch. But at the time, it was never considered luxury, right?
And who did you get it from? Well, what made you get that?
Well, let me tell you the story. Basically, it started my friend. He was
We're going to have to improve this line. I can't hear you.
You with me?
Yeah, we're with you. Tell me the story.
All right. So my friend's best friend at high school, his father was in the RAAF, Royal Australian Air Force.
Yes.
Right? They used to love watches. His old man was
Yes.
a screw, which was an MP to everyone else. So basically, he used to confiscate a lot of shit and bring it home. And it was all in those days. It was Omegas, it was Speedmasters, it was Rolex and all that type of thing. So he gave his kid a Speedmaster Mark II. And unfortunately, his mum passed away from cancer about a year or two later. Pretty tragic as a teenager, you know what it's like, Archie. And and basically, just as his mum was dying, he said, "Where's the watch we got you, darling?" So he had lost it at that particular stage. So we had to go and cover every pawn shop to try and buy a second-hand one. So we bought a second-hand one, make sure his mum was happy, knew that she had the watch before he left. Then the second watch showed up, so that turned into mine. And yeah, been a convert ever since.
That's an interesting story. How did he lose it? What happened?
Women, cars, you know.
Like what, he sold it, or what happened? Tell me what happened. What did he do with it?
Oh no, he just lost it at a woman's place.
And how did you get it back?
Well, we remembered where it was, and an extension ladder, and through the window, and a diversion, and got the watch and got the engagement ring back, and there you go, you know.
Oh, I see. She was a bit nasty about it.
Yeah, you never met a nasty woman, Archie.
Now I gotta ask you this. Okay, so fair enough. So the thing is, right? When was your first Patek? When did you first hear of Patek?
Oh, 80s.
And how did you hear about Patek?
Oh, Patek came onto the scene because in the 80s, ultra-thin dress watches were around, and that was the pinnacle of what they made back then. Patek has just never been my cup of tea. Never has, never will be. Sorry, man. It's just
No, you don't need to apologize. Don't apologize for the truth. Don't apologize for the truth.
I know you love them. I know you're passionate about them.
I do love them. I love them, but that doesn't mean you have to love what I love. That you don't need to make any apologies. You think I'm crazy for getting rid of the Rolex collection I have, don't you?
Well, with a big guy like you are, and perspires a fair bit and all that type of thing, and those wristwatch straps, man, they're gonna smell. Oof, they're gonna smell like a bloody witch's armpit. You know, it's got
a what armpit?
A witch's armpit.
A witch's armpit. Okay, got you.
And you know, that's the thing, man. It's going to last longer than religion, so it's just I can't. And you know, you'd be going through. They'd be like a schmacker on your wrist with a wristwatch attached to it, like a dog chew. Just no. Look, if they just made something with a stainless steel bracelet other than a Nautilus or an Aquanaut, no.
They made something called the Neptune.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now, do you think the Neptune would be worth something in the future, possibly, or?
Well, they're going up. They used to be nothing. Now they've actually gone up already. Dead Cat Bounce, it's called. Did you go to university, Sovron?
No, did not.
I love how he mispronounces your name a different way each time.
Yes. Yeah,
It's the ARCHIELUXURY show.
I must admit, I never finished myself, and I'm kind of.
Oh, I'm sure you finished yourself.
Oh, you finished yourself up many a time, Archie.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah. I must admit, I agree. But you know, I may not have completed a university degree, but I can be honest with my deals. I do. You know, that's what I like to try and do. And I'm paying the 5196 off in installments, guys.
And someone must have given you the trust to do that. So if they placed that trust in you, never abuse that trust.
It was 13.5 US, and I've paid about 8, just under 8.
So Rancher,
Yeah.
bought yourself anything new lately?
I'm looking at a couple of things, but it's just. Oh, by the way, there's super chat there.
Yeah, Bursa, $2. What is the meaning of life for gay men? It's exactly the same as for straight men. They're looking for
Patek and penis.
Yes, exactly.
No,
Okay.
gay men got probably been have to be there on top of their leisure. So,
We're going to have to get that microphone fixed there. We're going to have to get better internet,
All
I'm
right,
afraid.
cheers.
Okay,
All
thank you. Hey, Rancher.
Yes.
It brings an interesting topic up. What are you looking at the moment? What's happening with the hobby? Are you disgruntled with the hobby?
A little bit. I mean, 2020 is going to be like 2019, except a little cuntier.
What are you seriously looking at? Tell me this.
Disinterested, just looking at things catch my eye here and there. Like Crown and Caliber, there's like Piaget Polo S and Blue Dial for like 5,000. I'm thinking that's not a bad watch for the money.
Ooh, stay away from that brand.
The Gerard Perregaux, I've also got a little bit of a sinus-headache going on. Gerard Perregaux Laureato for like 7. That's not bad, but none of them.
Ooh,
nothing
that's a soft brand. Stay away from that garbage.
Yeah, but for 7, someone else has already taken the hit on it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's garbage. That's as bad as buying that Parmigiani garbage you bought.
I love that Parmigiani Hebdomadaire. I can wind it, and it stays wound for 8 days. Can your Patek do that?
My Reverso can.
8 days?
Yeah, it's 8-day power reserve. You know my Reverso, it's a double barrel. You know my Reverso Grande, it's the 8-day power reserve.
My Parmigiani, there's 5 different layers of depth to the dial.
I see. What are you looking at? Anything Rolex? Anything Rolex? That's what we care about is Rolex! Anything? I'm thinking about getting a Rolex again. I must tell you this.
No.
You know what I'm thinking about doing, Clive? I gotta tell you, I'm thinking about selling off. I think it's ridiculous. I got 5 watches that all look the fucking same in Pateks, right? How about I keep my Reverso, keep one Patek, I'll probably keep the 5127, and I'll get a Sea Dweller, 40 mil pre-ceramic.
Yeah, not too bad. Of course, every other watch channel is covering Rolex. It's like, these are the Rolexes you get in 2020. I'm like, oh, well.
Rolex is so boring, don't you find? Do you ever get shitted off with Rolex?
I think they're great watches, but right now there's no skill, there's no luck. It's all money. It's all money,
Yes.
and how deeply you can deep throat a dealer.
FACI, $2, Singapore. Long-term investment for 116718 LN green dial. This is he's talking about the two-tone GMT. Sorry, the gold GMT.
Yeah, that's an anniversary. That's an anniversary thing. That's just like...
I got to be honest with you. There's only so many people who can afford to buy solid gold. I would be saying it's a bit expensive. Of course, it's so dear. How high can this fucking thing go, really?
Yeah.
I don't think I think there's better things you could buy long-term investment. Calatravas are soft as shit now. What's to say they won't go up?
Well, that's one thing you always have been really good about is kind of finding the bottom. Kind of like Mark.
I got to be honest with you there. I don't even wear my watches. I just hoard and possess them. Knowing I've got them gives me the satisfaction.
Oh, fair enough.
Are you going to get another? You were looking at a 5960. I can't believe you said no to that. I just can't get it. I've had trouble.
It's still there. If that tells you anything.
How much is it?
I can't even remember how much it is now. I can't remember, but
you don't want it, or?
No, I don't. I don't like the dial. I don't like it.
It's a black one, wasn't it? Oh, no, it's a white one. Sorry, it's a white one. It's white.
Yes.
Of course, most of them are white. The black's that's worth an extra. Ridiculous how much extra that's worth.
Well, they made the white one for 3 years, and they made the black only for 1 year.
It's the steel bracelet one, of course, we're talking about, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful watch.
I'm not taking a dump on the watch. It just doesn't do anything for me.
How is your AP, your Navy themes? That's a beautiful watch.
Well, thanks. Yeah, enjoying it. But on the other hand, like I said, at this point, I'm still trying to consolidate. I'm trying to draw down.
I got to tell you, that Navy themes, I've always loved it. I've loved that for years.
Yeah, but I love it so much more in the bracelet.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. It's a great bracelet.
Wow. Why are you trying to consolidate down? I don't understand.
Because the more, I mean, it's like being Catholic, I guess. You don't want an only child, but you don't want 12 either. You know, you only have so much time and effort to devote.
What happened to your friend, the Hebrew? You know, our good friend there. Has he sold watches off for you? How did that? Is that okay? Is he still selling some off for you, or you've got them all back now?
Oh yeah, I've got them all. I've got. He's a lot of.
He sold a few. He sold a few.
He has. Yes. Yep. Good kid.
Lovely kid.
Smart. Sharp as a tack.
Here we go. Bursa, $2. Ellen D says the meaning of life is Rolex and pussy. I like her.
Yeah. And
I prefer Oprah. I must admit, I prefer Oprah. If I had a choice of two women, I'd prefer Oprah.
But on the other hand, if you were gonna, that's because Oprah probably has a little bit more money. But on the other hand, Ellen does have a nicer watch collection.
Yeah, very nice watch collection.
Ellen would be able to provide you with a much nicer date watch than Oprah would.
I got to tell you, anything else? Are you looking at any more Pateks? No. Any more Rolex? No. So are you going to buy a house or a townhouse with the money you get out, or you're buying? Well, I don't understand. You're consolidating.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the money?
No, this might surprise you, but keeping it.
Okay, for retirement.
Right. Or for, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I see.
Where I'm at right now, I love my living situation. I've got reasonable rent, and
you don't want to buy it? You don't want to buy it?
No, I don't. I'd have to spend more money for a longer drive.
How is the weight loss going? I heard you're doing amazing.
I wouldn't say amazing. I'm down about 18 so far. 18 pounds, not kilos.
Beautiful. Good on you. Good on you. It's fucking struggle. I must tell you this. It's fucking hard. You know that?
Well, it can be. You know, the intermittent fasting, I think, is working really, really well for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I gotta be honest with you. Total honesty with a partner never really works. You know that?
Well, it only really works if you're a good person.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see. Tell me this, Clovers. Anything excites you at the moment? What are you lusting for horologically? Lusting.
I can't really think of anything. I mean, you know, at one point I was thinking about like an Air King Explorer, like a 5500.
Yep.
But my God, you want another? It's a vintage minefield, except if you step in the wrong place, you'll just lose a foot instead of a leg.
Tell me this. What about any Pateks? Anything Patek you're lusting for?
No, maybe a Vacheron Constantin.
Oh, which model?
No, I'm just kidding. I've already got a overseas first generation. That checks that box.
Yeah, you got an AP, you got a Vacheron, you got a. How is that Aquanaut? That's gone through the roof since you bought it.
Yeah, I like it. I even like the size. It's still a watch.
What are they worth now? What are they worth now? That's the.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, the stuff I have right now. Oh wait, super chat.
Andy Man, $2. So glad to see the dynamic duo back together. Yes, I'm into extra time just to keep him on the air here. Very important indeed. Very important. What excites you?
Really, not much of anything. It's just a lot of it. I hate to say it, just more and more effort into work.
What would
Time
you
and
put your money into? An IRA, a Roth IRA? What would you put your money into?
Probably a hole in the ground.
You wouldn't invest it?
No.
Okay. How is your love life going? Are the women surrounding you? Tell me what's happening there.
Not much of anything.
You're too busy working.
Right, and they also find about my appearances on this channel.
And tell me this. What's happened as far as what has happened? Have you seen any interesting watches in the wild? Tell me this.
No, it's Rolex. Everyone's got a Rolex, a ceramic Rolex Submariner. It seems like that's what everyone's going for.
Okie dokie.
Long game, possibly, but I see those so infrequently over here.
Do you see many paddocks in Oklahoma?
Super Jet.
Here we go. F-Side, $5 Singaporean. Clive Arch, wouldn't it make sense keeping your capital in Rolex versus cash today if you can afford to hold it? I tell you this, FACI, I got my money in Paddock. As soon as the shit hits the fan, I got a safety deposit box in Certis Cisco, Singapore. Certis Cisco, I got a safety deposit box. Certis Cisco, that's better for Paddocks. I think Paddocks, I think there could be some upside. I honestly do. Rolex, yeah, I reckon you're better off to have Rolex instead of cash. Definitely.
That's true. You can always convert Rolexes into cash, but it's damn hard to even converting cash into Rolex.
Nothing you're buying at the moment. How many watches have you got at the moment?
No idea. You know, actually, I like that. For my current collection, that Breitling is still my favorite. Head and shoulders.
The Breitling.
Yeah,
that is a beautiful piece. That's a beautiful piece. Would you get a Super Ocean to go with it? I think that'd be nice to have two retro.
Well, you know, there's actually one in Dallas for a decent price.
How much?
Oh, I can't remember, like 25, 26.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's not bad. Yeah, and like I said, but the Super Ocean Heritage, it is a nice watch, but I almost think I think if you're kind of sort of interested in watches, that could be a pretty decent one and done piece as well. It kind of covers all the bases, really. It's not a standout in any category, but it's kind of like a jack of all trades.
The Super Ocean Heritage.
Yes.
Clive, Andy Man, $5. Clive, do you have a lucky watch for opening closing statements in court? Any watch rituals? Yes, indeed.
No, I don't. I don't want to be distracted. Yeah, if I have a watch I really love, I don't want to be distracted by it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think if you really know yourself and you get the watch that you really want for the best price that you can find, I think you're still ahead of everybody else.
I see.
Watching Prey is asking, would you ever consider vintage piece with authentic Rolex service parts, also like a Red Dial 1680?
Minefield. Did I mention it's a minefield?
Yeah, and the thing is, though, you got to know your limits. There is so much detailed into some of these super hyped, super premium vintage pieces that you shouldn't go in there unless there's always like a knowledge disparity.
look, I gotta confess myself there. I know dealers who have bought super, like, these high-end vintage. What they do is, it's not just all fake. They have some original parts and some completely remanufactured. And I have no, I myself, it's so fucking hard. Okay, let me just say that I don't want to be involved in that business. It's very, very tough. Vintage is incredibly tough, and so much money is in the dials. You get the dial wrong and you've lost half your value. It's just a disaster.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it could be, it was even serviced by Rolex. Even if Rolex services it and changes it out, it doesn't matter. It's still considered, even if Rolex does, it's still considered a quote unquote a Franken watch. Even if you have every little piece of paperwork showing.
Oh, definitely. It's just so hard, and that's partly why I've gone into the watches I have. I always loved Pateks. I did always love Pateks, I must tell you. I always did love them. You gotta buy what you like, whatever you like, whatever floats, what makes you... I would like to get one Rolex. I will tell you, I would like to get one Rolex. They're expensive, but, you know...
Oh, they're getting crazy. I mean, you know, maybe something simple like an Explorer 39 Plus, or maybe even an OP.
Yeah.
Maybe a modern OP 39, like a white watch.
No, it needs to be sports. I wouldn't be happy with an OP. I think either a Milgauss or a 39 Explorer. That's what I'd like to get. Just one. I think one and done. That's it. That's all I need. The problem is, you know, as my friend has said there, it's very hard to wear the Pateks. The Pateks are hard to enjoy. So that's kind of how it goes there. This is how it goes. It's how it goes. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you for coming on.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
It's been an honor. I'm sorry I said nasty things about you. I was wrong. You're just busy. You've got a life outside of watches. I don't know if that's...
Well, and sometimes, yeah, and sometimes I just get home and I'm tired. Sorry, but yeah. So, yeah. And the thing is, though, really, for fuck's sake, Dawn, Jesus Christ.
You sound like a wife, you know that? I've just come home and they're tired. They don't want to do anything. Well, fuck. What did I fucking marry you for, you lousy?
I don't say ring on this finger.
Sorry? No, but that's the same sort of shit my wife... I just come home, you want some action, you want some service, and they tell you they're tired.
Exactly.
Fuck off. You know this? I had enough. I've heard that excuse used more than enough, you know? I said you got 3 openings, okay? Anyhow, it's just a disaster. You can see why all my relationships ended badly, okay?
Yeah.
They ended very... Andy Man, $2. Clive, you made our day coming onto the show.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that, Eddie, man. But, you know, to quote a line from Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures in the Fifth Dimension, no matter where you go, there you are.
Ooh, that's deep. That is so deep, man. That is so deep. You know that?
It is.
That's
It
so
really
deep, man. Far out, that's deep.
All right.
Clivers, I love you, okay?
Thanks. And I have a begrudging amount of respect for you.
Ooh, don't admit that. We want to keep the hostilities going. We're going to hurt my ratings,
I
okay?
didn't say I fucking liked you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, tomorrow! We may not have the... He's busy, but I'll be back.
Oh, well,
be back.
you know, I was originally going to have dinner with my sister, but she went to have her car taken care of, and apparently there's a bunch of Asians, and they're all coughing and sneezing. And like, she's like, you know, I know it's kind of stupid, but I think I'm going to stay around the house for like a week.
Ooh. Okay, see you later.
Take care.
Great show, Clivers.